Hi, I'm Lisa from Beyond Authentic Witchcraft. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a flip through, a first impressions, a full review, and a reading from this tarot deck. Now, I don't quite know how I'm going to pronounce it, so I just call it the Cosmic Tarot. And hopefully this won't get struck off YouTube. Last month, I released 5 deck reviews as part of Spooktober. So I reviewed 5 different decks. One of those decks I've got here, it's called the Macabre Tarot. And the person who wrote this is Samantha West, which is also the person who wrote this deck. It's by the same people. So this is also Rockpool Publishing. And I haven't actually looked at this yet. It literally turned up this morning. In fact, as we take the box off, the only thing I did earlier was go, oh, because I wasn't sure if it was a genuine deck or not. Because of the size, I was expecting it to be a full-size deck. But it is a genuine deck because it's got the guidebook and it's even got the paper around the cards. So yeah, let's have a look. I'm going to swap to the card cam and we'll go through this little deck then, shall we? Okay, so this is what you get in the little box. It's quite, I mean, it's dinky, but it's quite little. It's quite neat, isn't it? I love the little color coordination with the lime green ribbon. Now, it does say in the description and on the back of this, in case it's not abundantly obvious, this deck is not for the faint of heart. If you clutch your pearls at the sight of aliens wielding phallic probes, this may not be the deck for you. However, if you possess a cosmic one capable of abducting farmers from their land and love all things ray guns and UFO, this deck will help you embrace your power and delve into your own psyche. So yeah, let's have a little look at it then. So let's take the little paper seal off. Oh, there we go. I must say it's easier to get into them when it's just a little bit of paper around it rather than a plastic. So then this is the back. You know instantly what I'm going to say about the back of the cards. I love how it's universal. So either way up, it looks the same. I love decks that do that, just because it assures the person that you're reading for that there's no influence from myself. If a card is reversed, it's just reversed. That's just how it comes up. Okay, I'll move the box and the book to one side, and then let's go through these little cards. They are quite dinky, so I'm going to move the camera a little bit closer. There we go. Okay, then, so the first card is obviously the Fool. I do like this card. It looks like this could be one of those things in the spaceship that open up and they have the ramp. So maybe that's that. Maybe this is a space bridge. Who knows? These are really fun. Instantly, that looks like a really fun image. I like the limited color scheme. I don't know whether it's going to be the same across all the cards. I imagine it will be, but I do quite like this, you know. I like the fact we've got the little cat there, and it does really look like similar to the standard Fool, except obviously it's not a mountain and we don't often see an alien, but I do quite like that. That's quite fun. The Magician. Oh, now that's interesting. Look. Okay, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but because I know that Samantha did the Macabre Tarot, and that's got a lot of deeper meaning. Look at this. So we've got piercings. That's fine. I like piercings in a tunnel. That's great. But look at what's in the head. In the head, we've got the 4... I guess these would be the equivalent of the 4 suits from the miners. I see what they mean now by phallic. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I do quite like that. That's an interesting image. So take away the alienness, and if these are the 4 suits, I like the fact that what the card is literally saying is that the magician has the tools and the power within. So I do like that. And I like the sort of sparkly stars and that within the head. So it's literally saying you've got it within you. So I do like... Oh, divine. Look at look at the eyelashes. It looks like the drag queen divine. But obviously this is in place of the high priestess, the black and the white pillar there, and the shape of the moon. I like that, you know, with the third eye open. I actually quite like that. That's a nice depiction. If you're going to do a high priestess in an alien sort of field, then that's going to be useful. Right, the next card is my favorite of normal decks, the Empress. Wow. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting that. I like, you know, I like the dark eyes. and the feminine symbol here, but there's nothing for family or necessarily for abundance. But again, I really like this. I like that image. Very different though, isn't it? Very different to a standard deck. The Emperor, the alien ruler with their spikes and their spiked helmet on. I like the strong, bold pattern here. Maybe that's talking about this rigidity that we often see with the Emperor. The Hierophant. The Hierophant, look at that. Oh, that's cool. That is the guru, the guide, the teacher, the helper, the healer. Wow. With the students here. Oh, I like this. I like this. The Lovers. How many arms and quite what do these represent? I'm not sure that I want to know where they're coming from. But anyway, I like, obviously aliens could have multiple genders. So I like the fact this is just two aliens getting it on. The third eye there, maybe, or maybe it's like my my forehead wrinkles. But yeah, I do like that. It's a funny deck. It's a funny deck. I'm liking it. The Chariot, of course, is going to be a UFO. What else would it possibly be? And then this person being taken on a journey, maybe against their will. Who knows? But it's definitely momentum in this deck. Okay. Okay. Yep. Strength. So we haven't got a lion. We've got a, I don't know what we'd call this. A fluxarg. There we are. A fluxarg. And I don't know which one's strong, but yeah, again, I like these are really fun, silly cards. The Hermit. Oh, there's no lantern. I'm not sure what they're holding. It looks like a mug, and it looks like they're wrapped like ET on a bed, waiting for Elliot to come back from school. That's kind of what that looks like, doesn't it? A little bit, maybe it's just me reading into that. There's definitely elements of the Hermit there, though, with the person being quite obviously alone. I mean, you know, there's no lantern, there's no mountain, there's no cave, but I can kind of get it because it looks like they're wrapped up maybe a bit poorly, or, you know, having to isolate because of lockdown or whatever. But yeah, I do get. The Wheel of Fortune is a planet with rings around, or maybe it's some weird particle in space. But no, I do quite like that as well, with the images, the 4 stars in the corners, as opposed to the sort of classic imagery that we often see. Justice. It's not a sword, it's a ray gun. Oh, these are really cool. These are like 1950s sort of UFO films. I like. And so the scales of justice, we've got this weird alien scales of justice. So yeah, that's fun. The Hanged is the same. It's their tail. At least I hope that's a tail. Could be anything. Oh wow. But again, look at the smile. If we turn the card upside down, look at the smile. This alien, this creature, this person is happily hanging there. I wonder what wisdom they'd be getting. It wouldn't be the wisdom of the runes, would it be the wisdom of warp technology? I like. The Death card. So we've got a sort of alien skull, and that's obviously as somebody who knows all about Star Trek and space and things like that, this is obviously the Black Death plant. I mean, it's common on some planets, you know what I mean? The Black Death plant, yeah, otherwise known as Fakunkatinga or something. Temperance. Oh, I like, again, quite a standard sort of image, pouring the liquid between 2 vessels, but I like the fact they almost look like test tubes. So it's kind of very, very traditional, but also very not. Okay, I like. The Devil. Again, speaking of a traditional type image, the Horn Devil with the chains around the 2 people in front, depicting marriage or depicting contracts, devil being in the details, all of that. Again, quite like. They are fun. The Tower. The UFOs crashed into this rather interesting shaped tower, and the UFOs caused some white flames to spark, and then we've got the alien fleeing, jumping out. That's fun. That's a fun tower. It does, especially with that bit of the rock crevice there. It does look a bit interesting, doesn't it? The star. Oh, the bathing beauty in the star is our bodacious alien person here with a sort of onion shaped head, really. And then you can see the bright star there just overhead. That's quite cool. The moon with or the moons with these alien creatures here in place of the quite often you'll see there'll be a scorpion or a wolf, a hare, all sorts of different animals, a dog, cats. There's all sorts that have been depicted in various tarot suits looking up at the moon. Okay. That's a creepy sun. What's with the eyebrows? Wow, that's a creepy sun. That, look at the eyebrows. That's even creepier than the baby coming up in the Teletubbies. But no, again, it's quite a standard sort of sun type image, isn't it? Are some of these sticking together now? And then we've got judgment. All three eyes open. Look at that. That eye is open. They are judging you. They are sitting in judgment. Maybe we could have had a couple of silhouettes of sort of aliens with their arms up, you know, sort of being called up. But, you know, I do quite like. I do quite like. And then the world. The world is literally a world. That's fun. Yeah, like, okay, so this is a very fun deck. Right, we'll have a look at the guidebook in a second. I'm just going to put those ones there, and let's go through the minors. This is making me giggle. Right, so we've got discs. Probes. Oh gosh, that might not be appropriate for YouTube, but we're going to show you. Right, so the ace of discs, I guess that means the flying saucers. The two of discs, the three, building something. Look, definitely building something there. The four, capture the discs in a bottle, a bit of stability. Is this a galaxy in a bottle? Who knows? The five, oh, instead of being locked out or being depicted as being outside a church, because this is a brand new deck, some of the cards are just a little bit stuck together. But yeah, so instead of being sort of an image outside of a church, obviously this person or this creature, this alien, is in need of support. I know I'm reading that into the card because that's the meaning of the card, but I do kind of get it. I think this is obviously a deck for people to know already. The six of discs. Okay, so again, this community element coming in with the sixes. I do like with these UFOs kind of coming in. The seven, still work to do, still decisions to make, hard choices to work on. Yep. The eight of discs, again, lots of work. Are they repairing this craft here in the middle? Looks like it. Looks like it almost meditation with this one sending off some weird vibes. The nine. The 10 of discs. Lots of plentifulness. Lots and lots of discs there, isn't there? And then we've got the page. Look at that. That does look quite a young character. The knight is in the disc. The queen. Look at those ears. It's like Yoda ears. And then the king. Okay, so far I must say, so far this is a really fun deck. I don't get what the second word's about, but let's look at the next lot. Okay, so this next suit we're going to have to go through quite quickly. But yeah, this is definitely not a deck that's aimed at children. So we've got the the Ace of Probes. Interesting. The Two of Probes. I'm imagining this is wands. I wasn't expecting this from a tarot deck. But okay, the three. I'm not quite sure what their face is looking at on this one, or what emotion we're supposed to read into it. Okay, look, the four, very different probes. Yes, very different probes. Very interesting probes. Some sort of stability here, maybe, or maybe just eye-watering probes. The five of probes, shooting off their space energy. Oh, the six. Oh, she's got it as a tiara. Oh gosh. Obviously crowd by the community. You see, it's bringing in confidence and community vibes and lots of warm fuzzies. The seven of probes. Okay. The eight. Do you know, with the eight of wands, a lot of decks will have very wonderful, weird and wonderful cards. And then the eight of wands, or the eight of probes, in this case, still has that quite traditional positioning where they're sort of diagonally sort of lined up across the cards. So yeah, really interesting that they do that. She says trying to avoid talking about what the probes look like. So they're just probes, you see. The nine of probes, obviously this poor person is all bandaged up. Maybe they've been probed a little bit heavily. The 10 of probes, hugging them towards you. Yes, of course, that's entirely appropriate. Absolutely, yep. The gosh, the page of probes, the knight of probes, the queen of probes. I mean, yeah. The king. Okay, yep, that's the king. I mean, there we go. That's the probes. Oh God. I'm not sure this is going to be a deck I can use on the channel. Oh dear. Funny though. Funny. Right. Let's have a look. So then we've got the other deck is, or the other suits, we've got the ray guns, which will be swords, I imagine. So yes, this is a bit more, these are a bit more family friendly, aren't they? The ray guns. So we've got a ray gun. Pew, pew, pew. We've got the two of ray guns, crossed arms. Yes, again, with this idea of crossed words, crossed swords. Interesting. The three of ray guns. The broken heart card, the heartbreak card. Again, quite a traditional type image. The four, stability, but not necessarily in the way that you want. Is this person sort of in a space coma? Or are they in a hyperbolic stasis field or something? Who knows? Maybe they've just been overprobed. The five of ray guns. I love this hair. Look at that hair. Wow. just see the third arm holding the other ray gun. Oh, for some reason, it looks like this one's wearing a polo neck. Maybe it's cold in the vacuum of space. I mean, I know it is, but you know, the 6 of ray guns all around the UFO. The 7. So again, leaving stuff behind. They've nicked all of these ones and they're running off with them, but they're leaving these ones behind. Look. The 8. Again, quite a traditional image, but in a very different style, if that makes sense. So instead of the swords with the person blindfolded and bound, they've just got their arms, or whatever these appendages would be called, bound, the ray gun surrounding them, and the blindfold there. The 9. This person doesn't look, or this alien doesn't look like they've slept very much, do they? I don't know why I'm saying that, because it's just a cartoon image. So they might have slept. Again, it's me reading the traditional meaning into the picture, which I think with this deck, it's one that you're going to have to. Wow, look. Instead of being stabbed in the back multiple times, they have been hit by multiple ray guns. Zap, 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 zap. And then, are they now no more? Looks like it, doesn't it? With a skull and bones, but who knows with these alien races. Then we got the page of ray guns, the knight. I do like that sort of, that looks like a very 50s comic book sort of styly, doesn't it? The queen and the king. Wow, that's an interesting eyeball shape. And then the last suit we have is specimens rather than cups. So we've got the ace of specimens. It looks like this specimen of this goo is trying to escape. Look. Oh, the 2 of specimens. That's nice. That one's got the grey goo, is giving it to the green person, and the green person's got the green goo and they're giving it to the grey person. So read into that whatever you like. The 3 of specimens. Hanging out with friends, having a space drink at a space club. The 4, oh, very serious looking 4 there. Serious, sort of Vulcan haircut vibes. The 5, are we going to see? Yes. I was about to say, are we going to see them spilt with 2 upright as the standard? Yes, we are. The 6, wow. The 7, full of gifts and difficult decisions. Look at that. Which one would you choose? The 8, space slug on their way off on the journey towards the 9. Which with a 9, we've got this very happy, jolly alien. Look at that. Smiley, smiley. Maybe they've had one too many specimen jars of whatever space synthahol that they've been drinking. And then the 10 of specimens with a space rainbow made up of 3 colors. And we've got the 2 aliens we saw before, and now they've got a mini alien to go with them. Ah. And we've got the page. The knight. Oh, never drink and cross-dimensional fly. Oh, no, don't do that. You don't want to be flying under the influence, do you? No warping under the influence here. The queen of specimens. Oh, I like this deck. This deck is funny. And then the king. Oh. Yay. Right. Okay, so that's what the cards look like. Let's have a look at the little book. It's a very tiny book, so I'm going to have to put my old lady specs on before I can even see it, because again, it's very small. So the cosmic tarot. It says how to read. So let's have a little thing about that, how to read. Oh gosh, here we go. Introduction. Greetings, Earthling. Congratulations on taking the plunge and picking up the Cosmic Tarot deck. You now hold in your hands the power of intergalactic fortune telling. You have everything you need to tap into the divine universe's message. For every tarot reader on Earth and beyond, you'll find a different style of reading, absolutely, including ethics, reversal, spreads, intuition-based versus traditional, spirituality, and more. The most important thing to know is that there is no right or wrong when it comes to your style of reading. Play with the cards, don't take yourself too seriously, and don't be afraid to change your mind. I agree 100%. Then there's a little bit about journals, reversals, intuition versus tradition, ethics, shuffling, and then we've got a 4-card spread. Is that it? Yeah, we just got one 4-card spread. Okay, so we'll have a look at this one in a second then. So let's look at the majors. Well, let's go with I'll tell you what, we'll look at the magician seeing as we're here. It says you're strapped. You've got your spaceship and your ray gun. Your specimens and your probes are all packed up. Everything is ready to go for intergalactic space travel. So what's stopping you? Quit getting in your own head and hop in your ship. Trust your training. You know what to do. And then the Empress, which would be my favorite card. So it says the Empress is a creative little creature who has a warm and comforting energy. Consider her your space mum. She's the one you run to when you scrape your knee after a rough adventure. She embodies a nurturing energy and invites you to do the same. I like that one. And then let's go. I tell you what, let's look at the probes. Probes represent fire and all our creative energy and endeavors. Okay. The 2 of probes. It's time to take your creative sparks and turn it into concrete plans. Wishes and good ideas won't get you to where you want to go, but strategic planning will. Now is not the time for action. Sit down and lay out everything you're hoping to accomplish before you dive in. And then we'll do a ray guns. Let's go for the Knight of Ray Guns. The Knight of Ray Guns is a combination of thought and action. They harness their quick wit and intellect into action. Trust your smarts and hurtle towards your goal. You have the intelligence to achieve your goals. You just need to trust your instincts and be quick on your feet. So yeah, really interesting. Really interesting little deck. Yeah. So then, oh look, that's the author. That's really cool. I like that. Samantha West was born and raised in New Jersey, USA. She grew up with a love of art and creating things with her hands. Lovely. Oh, and I think she's also done the Rainbow Moon Tarot as well. I might have to look at that one next. Let's go back to wherever that spread was. There you go, the UFO spread. And we'll do that. And we'll shuffle the cards and then let's do a spread. Oh, getting better. Look at that. That's not a bad. That wasn't a bad riffle shuffle, that one. Okay, so we need 4 cards. So as always, I'm not going to ask a specific question. We're just going to see what message the cards have for me today. So this is the UFO spread. It says to find out what is pulling you from your purpose. So let's just do what I normally would do, which is just cut the cards. Oh, there we go. And then we need 4 cards and we go 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there we are. We've got the 4 cards. Hopefully that looks neat on screen. So there we go. So this is the UFO spread to find out what is pulling you from your purpose. So the first card is what is distracting. The Wheel of Fortune. Too many options, too much choice, too much risk and reward going on, lots and lots of opportunity, but not necessarily knowing where to go or where to look. Basically, this is my ADHD brain in constant, oh, I could do this, oh, I could do that, oh, I could do this. So I can take that reading, certainly. 2, what can help me get back on track? The page of ray guns, which would be the page of swords, reverse. So not allowing, okay, I feel called out already, not allowing the sort of childlike, I want this, I want that, I want to try this, I want to try that, not allowing that energy to bring in all of the sort of challenges and hurdles, and not to go down that route. So again, this is very much with the ADHD connection here. 3, why I am allowing myself to be so easily distracted. Oh, here we go. Temperance. Okay, because I'm wanting an easy life, because I'm lazy maybe. But yeah, definitely a sort of easy life element, isn't it? Wanting things to run smoothly and not really have to worry about the way that my brain works in connection with the outside world, I guess. And then where should my focus be? Death. Oh, that's good. In change. I should be focusing on changing, making big transitional elements here in my life, and not just going and following every. So basically, this is my brain coming up with an idea of, oh, Lisa, you could go and do this tomorrow. You could go and do that today. This is a new hobby. That's interesting. Let's go and look at that. This is my brain then, that youthful energy, picking up on that idea and trying to run with it. This is me saying I'm doing that because I want an easy life, basically. And this is saying that actually, instead of doing that, I need to focus on the changes that I want to make. Then I do want to make some significant changes in my life, actually. And this is saying that that's what I need to focus on. I need to focus on what that means and how I go about doing it. So bizarrely, I can totally take that reading. I know I wasn't asking a specific question, but there are things in my life. There's something quite big in my life that I do keep losing focus on. So that's really interesting that that came up, especially at the moment, because there is something just slightly playing on my mind. So that is really interesting. I can take that reading. So what do I think about this card deck then? The Cosmic Tarot. I've got to say it's a fun deck. You can tell. I mean, just look at the lime green lining on the cards. It is a fun deck. It's a silly deck, but I do think it's actually a valid deck. Look, I'm not going to say it's for beginners because it's so removed from the standard imagery and with the name changes and things like that, that I do think if you are brand new to tarot, you're going to struggle. However, if you've been reading for a while and you've got the sort of the muscle memory, if you know what the 78 cards are, you can transpose that information really easily onto this deck, because even though it's lime green aliens, it's not totally different. Do you know what I mean? It's not extremely out there as it is. It's not completely separate. You know what I mean? It's not like having to pick up a whole new tradition like an oracle deck or anything. So I do think if you are an intermediary reader, I can't say that word, intermediary, if you've been reading for a while, I think you'll be able to pick it up. I think it's a fun deck. I like the size of it. It's a lot smaller than the decks I normally go for. I normally like a big chunky deck, but there's just something about this. Its size kind of works for the frivolity of the cards, and I do think it's really fun. The guidebook has enough in it with, you know, barely a sort of sentence or a paragraph for each card. It's enough if you've got that background information, whilst it's still open enough to interpretation because of the different design and everything. So I do think that it is a deck I am actually going to get some use out of. I don't think this is one that's just going to sit on my collection and never get used. I think this is one that I will actually bring out, maybe not on every Tuesday and Sunday 7 p.m. UK time when I do my live readings on the YouTube's got to get the plug-in, but I do think it's going to be one that I will use from time to time, just if we need a little pick-me-up, if we need a little light-hearted deck. So yeah, thumbs up from me. Let me know your thoughts and feelings down in the comment section. Also, let me know if you would be interested in me going through some of my older decks and giving you this same sort of style review. So going through every single card, going through the book, picking a spread at random, and then doing a random whatever the message is from the cards. If you want to see that, leave your comments down below. Also, if you've got any decks in mind that you would like to see me look at, let me know as well, because I might have them as part of my collection. If not, I could even add it to a little list of decks that I might look into getting in the future. So let me know down in the comments. But that is going to be it for me today. There should be a playlist coming up just here with my other deck reviews, and YouTube's recommending you a video or playlist just there as well. And as I always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.